Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Chargers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The first down throw for Winston. And his first pass is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Winston now. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Hines. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Jameis now on first down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what
looking for Waddle, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Calvin Joseph. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels, and picking up some nice yardage.
On first down, here's Mon. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
2nd and 10. Back to the air, Mond. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
Mond's throw here pulled in by Hilton. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. From the 45 on 2nd down, Mond. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
They turn to the fullback, Gillespie. And he's brought down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Now Mond. He's going to find Cook here in the end zone for a Charger touchdown. Jared Cook, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. 30. 10. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now the touchback's coming back to the 25 instead of the 20. When guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want him to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Well, this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And they're going to bring him down just past the 15, and a flag down as well. Now, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
These two teams all tied after 1.
Score time 7-7.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Mond looks to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. .40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 42-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
After the sack on 1st down, Winston. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
He's got Burton here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Winston. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st down, Hines. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down, right back to Hines. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. A very difficult task right now.
Winston on 3rd and 2. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moore. Touchdown! DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7.
Vikings 14, Chargers 7.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Well, here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Here's Mond. That's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Jared Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
On 2nd down, it's Hines, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll run on first down. Hines, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jameis to throw it. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. 20. 5. And he brings this one back. It's a big 6 and a Charger TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, Winston. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Hines. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Well, the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Winston. Finds Hines again for the completion. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Again, it's Winston. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion. On
3rd down, Winston. And he'll look field for Waller. He's got a man, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 21. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. The kick by McManus is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Bond going to throw it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They go play action here. Mond. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Able to power through. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Mond's throw taken in by Sutton. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Quick throw here to Hilton. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 21-yard line.
On 2nd and a couple. Mond. He goes right back the way of Hilton.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. Running right through him. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score. Chargers 28. Vikings.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. This is Hines. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
They run with Hines. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
On 1st down, it's Hines. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7. yards.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Winston. He'll check this down to Hines. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
They go play action. Winston. He'll look downfield for Waller. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Cassini, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the...
Fighting through it, he's got space. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on a catch and run.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Fournette running right. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. It was Nick Vigil there on the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Off the play fake, Mon. He's going to find Cook here in the end zone for a Charger touchdown. Jared Cook, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Chargers sure look like they're going to be moving to 8-1 as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he returns this to the 22.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston. Catch made here by Campbell. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out, but I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Off the play fake, Winston. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They're looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Mond looks to throw. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Mond's throw taken in by Cook. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Able to push his way through. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Now Mon. This is caught by Hilton. Touchdown, Chargers. T.Y. Hilton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score, Chargers 42, Vikings.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 59 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Winston now from the 50. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off, Byron Jones. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
Fournette a first down carry, but he'll get only a couple before defenders are there to meet him. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Complete to Hilton. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator,